God bless America.
2 años después del asalto al Capitolio, Donald Trump sigue siendo una figura central entre los estadounidenses, ya sea por las múltiples investigaciones que tiene en curso o por su más reciente aspiración de volver a la Casa Blanca en el 2024. Varias opiniones versan sobre él, pero las recientes elecciones de medio término en el que sus candidatos no lograron el triunfo que esperaban, como sucedió en el estado de Arizona para el Senado y la gobernación, muestran un panorama complejo para él. En medio de ello, la división de los estadounidenses es una constante.
He looks like an anachronism. It doesn't look like he's changed his messaging at all. Like he's exactly the same person he was before, and I think the country has moved on from that. So I think people are tired of blaming other people, and I think they're tired of this constant election denial when, people are trying to run the fairest elections possible. So I think that he continues to maintain his base, and I look forward to the battles in the primaries between DeSantis and Trump and see what happens.
El líder del Senado republicano y otra gente está aprovechando el momento para intentar apartar a Trump del poder en el Partido Republicano y que a pesar de que haya anunciado su candidatura, sus posibilidades de reeditar la candidatura presidencial para 2024 contra Biden no tengan éxito, ¿no? Esto es lo que estamos viendo ahora. Todo puede cambiar de aquí al año que viene. Una cosa son los republicanos y la gente que vota en las elecciones presidenciales y otra cosa son la gente republicana que vota en las primarias.
This next election is really interesting, and I've always made the joke, like me and my friends that were there were like, oh man, I really want to be freelance for the 2024 election so that I can cover this again, because that's going to be insane. Following the midterms, it was interesting to see Trump candidates not perform as well as people kind of thought. I think it's indicative of some conservatives are skeptical and trying to figure out where they fall in. The Republicans are trying to understand what their brand is. If he gets indicted, and it's not going to stop his voters or his fan base. They're pretty dug in. I think he maybe has lost some of his moderate base, but he still has a really ferocious base, and they're not going to go anywhere. If he dies, they're not going anywhere. He'll be a martyr. I mean, they're a loyal clan, and that's not going to change.
Para Lupo, los hechos del 6 de enero y la violencia de ese día desacreditaron en parte a la gente que defiende la teoría del fraude electoral. Por su lado, para Spiess, el asalto al Capitolio fue solo la erupción de una crisis que viene creciendo desde hace décadas. Para Quested, lo que sucedió implicó algo más: perder el anonimato como periodista.
I'd be much more cautious in big crowds than I used to be. Let me just put it that way. That's a personal change, but I don't know whether that's related to January 6th or to COVID. For me, the change wasn't January 6th. The change was the congressional testimony.
As stated in the winter of 2020, I was working on a documentary. As part of that documentary, I filmed several rallies in Washington, D.C. on December the 11th and December the 12th. And I learned there would be a rally on the Mall on January 6th. So my 3 colleagues and I came down to document the rally. According to the permit of the event, there was going to be a rally at the Ellipse. We arrived at the Mall and observed a large contingent of Proud Boys marching towards the Capitol. We filmed them, and almost immediately I was separated from my colleagues. I documented the crowd turn from protesters to rioters to insurrectionists. I was surprised at the size of the group, the anger and the profanity. And for anyone who didn't understand how violent that event was, I saw it, I documented it, and I experienced it.
I used to be able to work as a journalist with pretty much anonymity, and now when I introduce myself, people know who I am, especially in these circles. So, and to have testified for the committee, even though I believe the committee was there looking for the truth, the truth isn't the most important thing for many people in America. It's their opinion rather than the truth, and they're not prepared to contemplate anything that's not their own opinion.
Sobre el asalto al Capitolio, no cree que haya un cambio en la sociedad en sí. Al contrario, cree que es un reflejo de la división que hay entre los estadounidenses.
I don't know if January 6th changed American society. I think it demonstrated the division in American society. I think that America has been polarizing, for quite some years now. And, the news in America used to be fair and balanced. You had to give an equal amount of opportunity and airtime to each side, and you couldn't advocate for one side. Now news has become entertainment, and it has an audience. So news now seeks to confirm the biases of its audience, and this has created an enormous division in America. And so I think that January 6th, that's not the tipping point. I think it's just one step in the way to, further division within America.